Hey, what's up, guys? So, I'm gonna make this review of the Miller Bros Blades M4 as a two-part video, and the reason being is because I've been super busy, and I haven't been able to record. I mean, use it the knife shorts or whatever you want to use it, call it. So right now you're looking at my wall because I realized how hard it is to actually record while looking down on something so big, right? So if you look at my unboxing video, which is pretty short, here's the M4. Shit, it is heavy, and you notice I didn't have the back carry system, and the reason being is because I bought this not this sword, not really sure whether it's a sword or a knife, but without a back carry, because what happened was when I purchased this, I was looking at it, and they really Miller Bros blades usually go out of stuff out of stock really quick. I was kind of nervous, and there was two models at the time. It was this one, and there was another one, and I did not like the other finish of the other one, so I didn't purchase it. This one was available without the back carry system, which I did take it out, and I left it upstairs in my bedroom. I'm in my office right now, and I completely forgot to bring it. So I'll show it to you guys. It literally is just a dangler in the next video. So let's talk about this knife really quick, right? Sword. I keep saying knife, but sword. But I want to talk about the sheath, right? So if you notice that the sheath is completely beautiful, right? There's so much, this brown leather Kydex sheath. A lot of unnecessary, these are unnecessary, to be honest with you. This one too, right? But it does add to the aesthetics of it, right? If you notice here as well, I don't have the secondary retention like other people does, because I bought this back carry system after the fact. They sent it to me. They did ask me if I wanted to send it in, but I said, no, we can just, I'll just install it myself. So here's a few things. Installation is a little bit different from theirs because just at this part right here. Oh my God, I keep hitting it. So, but it's pretty much the same thing. I literally just looped it a different way than they did. So a little bit about this sheath, right? I loved it, even with the dangler, it was nice, and there wasn't much to say about that. So this back carry system, though, I'll tell you what, it was a little bit of a pain to install, right? Because it did make a mistake here and there. It took me about maybe an hour or so. And that being said, it's pretty fucking cool, right? It's because you can hold it on your back, right? Depending on who you talk to, like that's stupid or not, but it looks pretty cool. It's a little bit heavy on the back, and there's the one thing I did have a problem with. I felt like this should be shorter, because that way this part goes up higher. I don't know how to explain that really well, but I'll show it eventually. But if you look at these holes right here for the back carry system, this is a Cobra buckle. They are adjustable to your size. The way it is right now, it's how they set it up, and it's a little bit too large for me. So I might have to go down 2 of these to tighten it up. But it does fit pretty good, right? So I have no complaints about the sheath, the back carry system, the leather. It's a little bit heavy, except for this. If you notice here, there's a little uneven. So, but no big deal, right? Because this is one of those purchases that it's a grail, so it can't be completely perfect, but it's almost there. Let's talk about the sword. So the sword itself, it's in Z-wear. I did oil it. Z-wear, 16-inch blade. Handle is 10 inches, 26 overall. I'm not gonna be measuring that for you guys. Take a look at it. All this G10 grooves, kind of look like my Carter. Black liner. Yeah, so about this sword, right? They do have jimping up here, which I found was unnecessary, and jimping right here. No one really made a video about this sword, and I think or Miller Bros Blades in general don't have a lot of YouTube videos. So this is considered, to me personally, a camp sword, right? When I first got it, you see this part right here is a little bit of, protrude a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you, when I first got it, it was kind of a hospital. It still really is, and I wish they would completely neutral that out. But yeah, I really like this sword, and it is not my first sword, but it's my first functional sword. And I gotta say, this is more of a camp sword camp tool than it is like a, you know, sword that you go fight in a war, right? I know nowadays we're not doing that kind of stuff anymore. So, anyways, it is. I think it's not coated. I believe it's forged patina. If I'm wrong, just let me know. Z-Wear steel is pretty awesome, and so my only problem with this sword is this. If as a sword, right? It's as a camp tool, it's fine the way it is. But as a sword, it is pretty heavy for a one-handed sword. So I understand why they made it a two-handed sword, right? You see that? But the problem is that it's too short to be a two-handed sword. So I think there was a dilemma, right? I think they should add maybe 6 more inches, right, at minimum, to make it just the way it is. Because I don't want it to become a one-handed sword, really, because if they don't, for this to be a, you know, I guess keep saying functional sword, right? Like you're going to war, but we're not going to war with a sword. As a one-handed sword, you probably want it thinner to be lighter, right? Because that's the way it is. Like swords fighting, it's the lighter, usually more agile swords usually win. That being said, I'd rather have it longer. I don't care about the weight if it's a two-handed sword, because as a two-handed sword, this is not that heavy at all. You can swing it around, but because it's a two-handed sword, it's short. That's the only grind with it I got, right? And I really, really, really like it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a problem though. I feel like $2,000, so it ended up being like $2,200 for, you know, just the sword. The sword itself was like $1,900. You do pay shipping, which is kind of a bummer. And then the back carry system, I paid extra about $300, which I think is a little bit of a ripoff. And you do still pay shipping. So the problem here is this. If money isn't an issue, right? Because if you're purchasing something this heavy, this pricey, you better not be an issue, because this is an expensive item. This is a grill sword, and I'm still gonna be using it later. I'm not sure when that it's gonna be, but you really gotta know. I don't want to get in somebody's pockets, but this is something that if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you shouldn't be buying, right? And I do believe, in my opinion, this is a little bit overpriced. I wish it was more like the $1,400, $1,500 range, but I also understand they're kind of a mid-tech custom shop, and you know they're not like a Bussy or whatever. But I do. So the problem, if Miller Bros is watching this, is they probably not. My opinion, if you look at their the stuff they sell out of, right? They sell out the shorter knives way more often, way faster. The wakizashi used to be sold out really fast. They don't make that really anymore. The M13, which is like about the same size as this, but like it's kind of like the wakizashi, a short katana. They sell out really fast. They did have a katana being sold recently, and that sold out really quick. But the M4 itself, they don't really sell it that fast. I noticed, and I do believe, if I was them, I noticed that the T1 folder also doesn't sell as fast. I would do 2 things, right? I would discontinue this model because it really isn't their best seller. I would continue making the wakizashi, the M13, and preferably, you know, a katana or maybe a longer version of this. But the katana is also a big seller because Americans love katanas. I don't know why. My favorite sword is the Hanjian. But yeah, anyways, the T1 folder, in my opinion, I love it, but because how heavy it is, I believe they should probably make it, you know, if you're going to be building overbuilt knives, folding knives, you need to go crazy, man. You need to be like RS Knife Works, which 5-6 inch blades, maybe even 7-inch blades, and keep the same handle length, weight. But yeah, in my opinion, they should probably get rid of this model. Just sell their katanas. If they don't want to make long ones, the M13, the wakizashi is their best bet. And that T1 fold, I believe they should probably make the length longer. Anyways, that is it for this review of the Miller Bros Blades M4 part 1. After I use it and stuff like that, I'll update you guys. But yeah, I love it. Do I recommend it? I would say I only recommend it if, you know, you have a lot of cash just laying around. All right, guys, take care.